Alright, today is the day that we finally go steal Nijima's heart and do the battle within her palace. Question mark? Pretty sure it should be a battle. Takemi did message us and it's a shame we have to ignore her. But yeah, I guess a lot of stuff is going to unravel and there's a lot that we're going to kind of see close off, especially since this is around the time where we're going to see the timeline converge to what the beginning of the game was, which means that we're going to find out who, or at least it's going to be revealed to us that someone sold us out. And I wonder what that's going to mean for Joker and Morgana, because I wonder if they were going to try to figure out who did that, and maybe we'll end up kind of distancing ourselves from everyone for a while. I'm not sure. My hope or my thought is that maybe we just hinted at them so we would get caught on purpose. I guess there's like two theories that I had. I mean, one of which obviously is Akechi. He's scum of the earth. But we love him for that. Or someone might have done it on purpose. One of my thoughts was Makoto. Futaba also seems like she's a part of something that's going on. And so, you know, there's a lot of unanswered questions there. Obviously, because they're about to reveal it. But also, kind of along the same lines, I realized that I didn't really consider what Nijima's palace was even about, and then I think I noticed that her will seed was the seed of jealousy. And so it's interesting. I'm interested to see what her seed will be, what her treasure will be, because I mean, what is it that had caused her to go into a fit of jealousy? I feel like it would either be Akechi or Makoto that also put her in a state of jealousy. I could see where she would see that, but it also feel kind of sentimental if it is Makoto. But I just had this image that like the treasure will manifest and it's just going to be like a little tiny Akechi figurine. And I kind of want to see that happen. I think what Makoto had theorized was that it was going to be the police handbook or something like that. And I'm like, that sounds kind of boring.
Take your time.
So, I mean, it still might happen. All right, let's do one of these. Restores HP to all allies and get ourselves situated. You know, we have all these questions and we're going to find out what actually happens pretty soon here. Let's take a look if this has an SP item. It doesn't. They're pretty tiny too. The drinks were never really great. I feel like more of just a fun thing to do. But we're also in Central Street because I did go get some personas to prepare for the battle. Mostly and namely, I pulled out whoever I had within the jail cell, and I also got black ooze for more ailments just in case, as well as I don't remember who else I didn't have before. I think this girly, and maybe unicorn. I just decided to pull out. You know, cover our bases. You might as well have a team of personas that I'm familiar with just in case, and that I know have abilities. So let's just get into it. Let's go ahead and go to the hideout and send out this calling card, or go to the palace. Which one are we at right now?
Oh yeah, all we gotta do now is send the calling card.
Thank you, Freezhie.
So when do you want to send it? The earlier the better, right?
No. In my opinion, we should wait until right before the time limit.
I'm gonna kick you! Oh my god, it would be this man suggesting this.
May I ask your reasoning behind that idea?
Sai-san is a realist, even if she believes the Phantom Thieves exist. Do you think she knows how they steal hearts? Furthermore, there is a chance she expects that she herself will be targeted.
So because her heart is ready for any possibility, the calling card might not have enough effect?
I only say that theoretically, but I believe so.
Why are we to believe him, though? Because, listen, he's new here. I know we like new things, but what do you know?
Hence, it would be prudent for us to wait until we are driven into a corner to act. If we do so with no time to spare, I assume even Sai-san would have to be somewhat agitated.
Oh, she's not the only one, brother. I promise you.
Ensuring the treasure actually appears. That sounds quite logical. Impressive, Akechi-kun. Though it is a bit vexing that you know more about my sister than I do.
That's only because of my work as a detective. Well then, if our time limit is November 20th, and we act the day after sending the calling card, shall we send it out on the 18th?
We should prepare as much as we can before then. Well, I can't complain about having more time. Make sure you're ready, everyone.
I am ready. Y'all are the ones that aren't ready. Look how sad they all are. Even Yusuke is chomping a little okay, no, he goes. He's not chomping slow at all. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna exit this.
Huh?
That it for today? In that case, I'm gonna go wander around for a bit. Drop me a line if something comes up. So I guess that does make sense though, because we were wondering how we get caught in the palace even though the time limit happens, or even though more likely than not people would finish before the deadline, but they're not going to let us do that. So that kind of aligns with, you know, how the story goes, and also what we said earlier. So let's see who's out other than Takemi. Ryuji is out. I feel like he has something specific because he says that he wants to hang out on the day that we're gonna go do this. And who is this? On. You know what we should do? Let's go. I've decided that I'm just going to spend money on Chihaya so that we can get these it's raining. No, the one day I accept my fate and just want to throw money my way at her, she's not even here. Been bamboozled yet again.
Nice.
Oh wait, what is this? You want to release some of your stress? I understand where you're coming from, but this place. Well, I'm here, aren't I? I'd rather you didn't, but you may touch my paw if you must. What? You may touch my paw if you must? Alright, so what else can we do today? I feel like it just felt so specific that Ryuji had something. But I do want to focus on maxing out some of the other thieves, so maybe today will be an on hangout type of day. All we have to do now is send the calling card. I guess we can just lay low until then.
Oh yeah.
We won't deepen yet, and we don't have a persona with her. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere fun.
Okay.
We don't want to go to the park. No, well, it's raining. We already took her to the planetarium too. Alright, let's go take her to Harajuku then. The weather's not right for her today. Oh no.
Aw, that's too bad.
I guess maybe we'll just have tea
Oh yeah.
instead.
Yeah. Let's go.
Have a nice little chat. I enjoyed a lengthy chat with An. It sounds like she's working hard at her modeling job. Maybe there's a way to make sure An has a good time. Something that's girly. I know that we have things that she would like. Lipstick. Let's give her that. Oh, where'd it go? She does also like the sweets. This is for me? Wow, that's so thoughtful. Thank you. Okay, so she thought it was okay. It feels like I touched An's heart a little.
Bye.
I think we might be on like 7 or 8 with An. So maybe tomorrow we can get another hangout with her, and I don't know if we'll be able to max her before we go. I don't care about politics. Just arrest the Phantom Thieves already. We can't trust these incompetent politicians to do anything.
Ah, you're back.
Inmate.
I trust you haven't forgotten about your special assignment. We will be waiting in front of our door. We expect you to accept this task with enthusiasm. We also got, we got stacks. Kawakami and Akechi? And also Hifumi. I wonder if Am I gonna be limited on Akechi? I mean, especially since he has that date planned out for us, we know that it's him that rats us out, right? Time for a special edition of Discovery Town Detectives. On this irregularly broadcast specials, we share limited edition items that are all the rage. Today we're talking about the angel tart from the Taisho store. It's available till Christmas. Oh, I love angel tarts. Even if I have to wait in a long line, I'll buy them. When I see these on the shelves at the store, it makes me feel like Christmas is almost here. Let's see if there's any curry stuff.
What do you want to do?
And we'll get Kawakami to do it even though we have the special curry.
Make sure your clothes
And then we'll go
up.
hang out with Akechi.
Hi.
So you just want me to make some curry, right? Yeah, I'm going out on a date. Leave me alone. Are you free right now? Not much we could do for Sai-san, but wait now. We're nearing the end of my tenure at Band of Thieves, aren't we? How does a trip to the jazz club sound? We could chat a little.
What do you want to do?
Alright, that sounds good. Thanks. See you there, shall I?
You like it here?
No! Why must he say it like that? I'm so happy that I'm here talking with you again. Isn't this jazz club nice? I like how not a lot of people really know this place. It does sound like I'm showing off.
Yes.
Ah, so there's a singer here today. It really is different hearing the real thing. Oh, today was also at a special event for the jazz club. Delicious. It's very well made.
Hey.
I often spend time with adults in my line of work, so I visit various restaurants to pick up good conversation topics. You can't tell how a dish will taste based only on appearance. You'll need a fair amount of courage to take the first bite. Speaking of which, that takoyaki I had at your school festival, it was, delicious? Chatted with Akechi for a while.
I feel a bit different today.
We talked more than I was expecting. I suppose the atmosphere of this place does that. Even aimless chatting can help you realize certain things. It wasn't a bad experience. Spending time in the jazz club had an effect on Akechi's heart.
This is a nice change of pace.
Decreases the chances of being inflicted with ailments? When did he get all these abilities? I didn't even realize this. He has heavy bless and and this bless and medium bless.
All right.
Oh my god, 20?
I had fun today.
The time spent with you is so meaningful. Oh, and there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. Sorry, it looks like I have to get to work. Time flies when you have fun, doesn't it?
Goodbye.
See you next time.
Hi.
Thank you for waiting. Here you go. I hope that wasn't a waste. Like, I hope that means that he wasn't going to go up before anyways.
Hey.
Ah, we were able to grab a seat. Why don't you read something until we get there? Thanks for that book on speed reading. Ooh, we read all the things. Let's talk about this... The fish pond spotter.
Hey.
Talks about the fishing pond in Ichigaya, right? You already know about that area, don't you? Oh.
All right.
Would it be possible to get better at batting just by reading a book?
Oh.
So you finished reading Batting Science. You're really into detail about how you can identify what kind of pitch is coming at you. We should go to the batting cages sometime to try out what you learned.
All right.
Third eye at the batting cages. Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember. All I remember is that it did proficiency, but I don't remember any specifics about the batting cages.
Today we're going over.
Now then, please open your textbooks. Today we'll be learning about trigonometric functions. Sine, cosine, tangent. This is where a lot of people aren't able to keep up. Why would you panic just from seeing our graph? I don't get it. A complicated formula gets condensed down to a single line. Isn't it simple and elegant? All of them have distinct shapes and stimulate the imagination. Now then, take a look at these graphs.
Give me an
Ooh.
answer.
Do you know the name of this graph? Your hint is snails.
This is it.
Precisely.
That's correct. Don't you think that looks a bit like a snail shell? There are many other graphs with amusing names. For example, Devil's Curve is called that because it looks like a Chinese yo-yo called a Diabolo. There's also nothing particularly diabolical about it otherwise.
Nice going!
What will snails have to do about our future or our present? Some people think that the math is an enemy like a devil, but the research that suggests that people who excel in math have higher incomes. If you're shooting for a higher salary, sometimes you need to be willing to fight demons. Honestly, you feel like fighting demons would be easier than trying to understand graphs like that. I mean, basically that's what we do, is it not? Hi!
Oh, Senpai! There's something I'd like to discuss with you. Would you mind if I joined you for lunch?
Not at all.
Thank you. Alright, let's head to the roof. It's starting to get rather cold, isn't it? Sorry to bring you here. This is something I oughtn't really bring up around other people. Senpai, are you still planning to continue on as the Phantom Thieves?
Why do you ask?
Lately, I haven't been hearing any positive gossip about the Phantom Thieves. Despite how much people cheered on your cause, even though they knew nothing about you or your friends, all they do now is speak ill of the Phantom Thieves. I know it's not my place to say this, considering I turned down your offer to join and all. But this change in attitude is simply awful. They're doing the exact same thing to you all that they did to me. Yet you're still going to keep at it? Why, Senpai?
There's unfinished business.
Unfinished business? So, there's something left you have to do.
Yeah. But don't worry about us. There isn't even a 1 in a million chance that my Phantom Thieves could ever lose.
Aww, thanks, Dad.
I see. Well, I won't stop you. However, could I ask a favor? Or rather, could you promise me something? Once things settle down, I'd like you to join me somewhere so we can go have some fun together.
Aw, that's wholesome. I look forward to it.
I am too. I'm already beginning to look forward to it. So, please be careful out there. Oh, but I plan to keep my other promise I made with you about the physical training. Tomorrow. Is that too sudden? Maybe we should train the day after tomorrow then?
Oh, okay. See, now I'm a little busy for all that, ma'am.
But that day's when...
I have a dentist appointment. Maybe another time.
I see. Oh, I haven't eaten yet!
Oh, she's
Come
gonna
on,
yarn.
Senpai, you need to eat too.
She's eating way too much,
No one
way
wins
too
a fight
fast.
on an empty stomach, you know.
Alright, we have another
Hey.
day. How many days left till we can send the calling card? 1? I'll make sure you're ready for it. Alright, so let's see who wants to message us. Shinya and also Makoto, which she's not going to be asking us about any sort of calling card situation, surely. She will go up today, though. Shinya, I think, is also going to. And oh, Futaba's out! I want to go hang out with Futaba. Let's go check our confidants real quick. So On's at 8. Kechi's also at 8. Oh, the wardens are at 5? For some reason I thought she was higher than they were higher than that. Sojiro, I hope we can max out Sojiro soon. Oh my god, now I'm stressed. Why did I look at this? Okay, I think I'm gonna go over and try to get up with someone. I feel like Yusuke might need it. And get some confidant points with Chihaya. I don't actually even know how many we can spend a day for her. So get our fortune reading.
What shall we do?
And who did I say I was gonna give this to? I already forgot. Oh, Yusuke.
Here we go.
Your feeling should have reached the other person. I bet you can deepen your friendship even further now.
What do you think?
And I want to go hang out with Futaba. I think she's gonna, like, her hangouts are literally my favorites so far. Futaba's just so fun.
Yo!
We've just gotta wait for a scheduled day now. Oh yeah! I dug up all sorts of dirt about Kana-chan, that is. Are you free? I want to talk to you about it. Let's go hang out with her.
Thanks.
Come on over to my room then. I'll tell you there. So I looked up Kana-chan online, and she's apparently living in the same town in Kansai she moved to, but she never continued on to high school. Decided to do some digging into why that might be, and well, the more I dug, the worse it got. Her parents are in heavy debt due to a gambling addiction, so instead of sending her to school, they made her work to try and help pay it off. Apparently, they're still having her model in strange clothes. They're even selling the pictures now. What? We have to put a stop to this. That's right. I can't just use Kana-chan like some tool. Actually though, Kana-chan herself made a request on the fan site. Based on the IP and other tracking data, I'm 99% sure it's her. The post was basically just her asking to make her parents have a change of heart. But she didn't put their names. She might be a little hesitant, or she doesn't totally believe in the Phantom Thieves yet. Either way, I have a solution. I found her parents' name in the address book we got way back in elementary school. Kauta Magario and Asami Magario. I got a hit for them in the meta nav too. We can fix them. I've decided I want to go to the mementos and change their hearts. We can't just let them keep treating Kana-chan so horribly, right? Please help me save her. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Oh, and since you're gonna help me with this, I'll have to return the favor.
That's right.
I'll look extra hard for valuable stuff when we're in the metaverse. Well, pretty good, huh? Strong bond of trust. Chance to revive search objects in the area after battle. Revive search objects?
All right.
Well, I'll be counting on you. Let's save Kana-chan. I need to help Futaba put an end to this horrible parenting. Oh shoot, it's getting late. Let us adjourn for today. Daughter's just a meal ticket. Wow, she gets 2 mementos requests in her confidant storyline. That is stressful.
Well then.
Tomorrow's the day. Once you send the calling card, there's no turning back. Make sure you finish preparations tonight. Alright, let's see. Oh god. I bet I'm about to get emotional, I think. Alright, let's do Sojiro's confidant. You have plans tonight? Hang out with me for a bit, will you? What are you gonna do? Will you help Chief out? Alright, let's help him out. I'm going to church with Futaba. Sorry, but you're coming along too. Wait, you guys are religious? No, we're visiting Wakaba's grave.
All right then.
Be ready in 3 minutes.
I always think about Wakaba on the anniversary of her death, but it's been a while since I visited. I've been so busy with the shop and all. No, that's not it. The guilt is what kept me from coming. I thought Wakaba would be angry with me. But now that I managed to get Futaba over here, I can finally meet her with my head held high. I sure kept her waiting. But it felt good to tell her about how much Futaba's improved lately. Oh, I told her about you, too.
Thank you.
Idiot. I should be the one thanking you. This is the first time the four of us are all together.
4 of us.
Sojiro, what are you smirking for?
This is what my real smile looks like.
I approve.
Oh, I have some news. The family court gave me a call the other day. Futaba's uncle decided to retract his report. It was because of you, wasn't it?
Oh no.
I wonder if the day'll come that she goes out to be someone's bride.
Now, why was that the follow-up here?
I'm sure she'll make a fine lady either way. After all, she is Wakaba's daughter. Do all fathers have to go through this anxiety? You know, I really just wanted to have you help out at the store. But you showed me so much more. You showed me I have a family I need to protect. Not just Futaba, but you, too. I may not always be reliable, but feel free to come to me if anything happens.
Oh my god.
I'll be there for you, as family. And, I know, I'll teach you everything I can. You're a full-fledged man now. That might not be enough to return the favor, but it's all I can do.
Feel a strong bond with Sojiro. Just thinking back at the beginning, when this man, he hated us. He didn't want our phone number. He didn't want us sitting in the front seat of the car.
Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion,
And now we're breaking
break
yokes.
the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the Hierophant, granting thee infinite power.
Curry Mastery allows you to make curry that greatly restores SP of all allies. I am so glad we have that right before we go into the palace.
All right.
Amazing.
All right.
And we can Ryu?
Oh, and, could you not, you know, get with Futaba?
Well, that just makes me want to do it more.
I can't imagine you calling me father. Although, maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
What are you two talking about?
Nothing.
Why does he even assume? Why does he assume that?
Hunger. Curry time!
Yeah. Let's go home.
Listen, I'm just saying, Joker knows how to make your curry. So you want to make sure she has that for the rest of her life? Just, I'm here. Oh, was today the day? It kind of just snuck up on me. Are you alright? I know you went to see him every day. How can he be gone? I feel so sick. There are still so many things I wanted to talk to him about. Why can't he just stay forever? What am I supposed to do now? Man, you're a really serious case. But it seems like you aren't alone. He was pretty popular with the girls. It's Maruki Day!
Ah. Good morning. I know this is last minute, but if it's possible, could you come and see me during lunch today?
Yeah, sure.
Glad to hear it. I wanted to discuss something with you, since it'll be our last chance to do so here.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, my time here at Shujin is coming to an end today. It's quite the sad affair. I do have a farewell speech to give the school at morning assembly, but I'd also like to speak with you individually. Considering the occasion, lunch is on me. I'll have something special waiting for you, so you look forward to that. Well, I'll see you later.
You mean he has snacks? I had no idea.
Dr. Mark, he's really leaving.
It's already been half a year, huh? That sure went by fast.
And finally, we would like Dr. Maruki to share a few last words with the student body. Well, Doctor, if you will.
Good morning, everyone. As the Vice Principal has mentioned,
Today marks the end of my tenure at Shujin Academy. Over the past several months, I've come to learn about all sorts of conflicts that you students have faced this year. Troubles with romance, with studies. In fact, some of you have financial issues that are awfully similar to my own. But before I leave here, I want to offer you a final piece of counseling. If your situation ever becomes too painful to endure, remember, it's okay for you to escape your problem. I don't want a single one of you to think that an unfair reality you've been forced into is the only one that you have to live. What I'm trying to say is, even if your life is full of worries, it's best for you not to obsess over them. Your existence in this world is an amazing miracle. You deserve to spend your days in happiness. I'll keep on rooting for all of you to have the best lives possible, even after I'm long gone.
Oh my god.
I guess things don't always pan out like you expect. Well, that's it. Thank you for having me here this year. Good luck to you all.
What a goofy man.
Dr. I wanted to thank him personally, but it may be best to hold off on that for a bit. I doubt we could get a word in edgewise anyhow.
You know, in theory, if their principal passed away, like, within the next 6 months, you think he would, like...
Thank you for coming here.
...extend Maruki's stay. Like, that's still kind of adding on more trauma to the already traumatized students.
Since this is about to be my last meal at Shujin, I've brought the best lunch ever. These tempura bowls are from a restaurant I've been curious about since I first came to the school. I'd always passed on it due to the price, but today is special. Not only that, I ordered the deluxe bowls for us.
Ooh, are we Maruki's favorite? I think we are. Let's dig in.
Yes, let's.
There are no words for how delicious this smells.
Ooh, this aroma's really triggered my appetite.
Oh my god, the fogged glasses.
Too bad I can't see anything now.
That's so cute. The life of a Four Eyes.
I'm so glad I splurged on that. Upscale dishes like that really do taste incredible. I wish I could just get lost in this bliss forever. Well, now that we've finished our food, let's get down to business. First off, I have quite big news. My paper's done.
Congratulations.
I've mentioned this before, but still, this is truly thanks to you. Had you not shared your experience and insights with me, this paper never would have been completed. Please, allow me to express my gratitude to you once more as a most helpful student of Shujin. And as a phantom thief as well.
Oh. Whoa. Oh no. What do you mean?
So you're not denying it. Why don't you take a look at the title of my paper over there?
Is he exposing us? It says, Interpreting Reality Through Cognitive Science and the Alteration of Reality via External Influence.
You know, the Phantom Thieves' act of changing hearts is rather reminiscent of cognitive science in practice. They infiltrate a reality that exists solely for their target, a reality wholly separated from the one that the public recognizes. By accessing that world, they gain the means of permanently altering their target's cognition. That is what I hypothesize as being the change of heart you induce in your targets.
You really know your stuff.
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into this research for a number of years. To be entirely honest, it was all the way back in April. When I first came to speak with the principal here about providing counseling to you students, I actually witnessed the moment when you came out of an individual's reality like I'd mentioned.
What?
You suddenly appeared in the back alley near the school. I believe Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san were with you?
You know what? It's been so long with us just popping out of thin air anywhere. middle of busy streets. It is amazing that it's only been Maruki to, I guess, expose us like this.
Takamaki-san appeared to be extremely exhausted.
Thanks.
What? Was his picture actually there that whole time?
It wasn't long after that scene that Mr. Kamoshida had his change of heart. Beyond what I witnessed, I had also been told that you three were closely affiliated with Mr. Kamoshida in some way. At that point, I was already half convinced that you were involved. I was almost certain Mr. Kamoshida's change of heart was provoked by the three of you.
So why'd you keep quiet?
Well, I've been researching cognitive science ever since I was a grad student. For years, I've been attempting to directly interact with an individual's cognition so I can help address their pain and despair. But, for certain reasons, this research has never been acknowledged in academia. Despite that, I continually pursued evidence that my hypothesis is correct.
Certain reasons.
It was during that time I happened to come across the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, fresh from a mission. My heart began to dance. I thought to myself, maybe I could complete my research if I were to have your assistance.
I feel used.
That's why I approached you and your group of friends in the first place. I hadn't mentioned any of this until now because, well, I didn't want you to take it the wrong way and suspect my motives. But I think that's everything I'd kept from you. Does that change your opinion of me?
Well, we made a deal, but yes.
A deal, eh? Well, I'm awfully grateful you see it that way. And just so you know, I have no intention of telling anyone about this. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you're free to change my heart as you like. Thanks to you, I finally know what I need to do. I'm going to stand up to our current reality. I swear I'll use my research to make our world a better place. Though, it'll likely be through different means than how the Phantom Thieves reform members of society.
Maruki for president? Maruki for politics? We all define justice differently.
Indeed. You have a strong moral compass, never losing sight of your own definition of justice. I'm more grateful than ever to have met a young man like yourself. Although it's not like this is the last time we'll see one another, still, thank you for everything up to this point.
Another
thou,
one.
Thou art I.
2 in a row.
Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break
This
the
voice is
yoke of
different.
thy heart.
Who is this?
Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of the Counselor, granting thee infinite power.
Right? Isn't it normally... I don't know, I didn't think it was normally sounding like that. Wakefulness raises the SB recovered from mindfulness.
Alright.
And Vohu Manha, the most powerful persona of the Counselor Arcana.
I'm going to follow the path that I believe in. I sincerely hope that one day, at the end of that path, I'll be able to aid you as well. Even if you just considered it to be meddling in your affairs. Whoops. Looks like we're out of time. We'll meet again though, right?
Definitely.
That's right. Hey. No, it's nothing. Best of luck to the both of us.
That's it?
See you around.
Oh. So it seems like, yeah, we're gonna be discovered by everyone in these Confidant hangouts. The fan site's on fire as usual. Anyways, tomorrow's finally it. I hope everyone remembers. The date of our plan? Of course we remember. That means we're sending out the calling card today, right? Yes, today is our only option. The police have yet to actually make a move, but I'm certain we have reached our limits. We wanted to wait as long as possible to make Makoto's sister panic, right? Yes, taking that into account, today would be the best option. We can speak more in detail about this after school. Alright, see ya at La Blonde.
said he reserved the place just for us. We're free to drink as much coffee as we want.
Ain't this place always empty, though?
Oh, boo. I'm telling boss.
Huh?
Everyone here is a witness.
I was just joking.
We're supposed to be discussing where we should send the calling card.
Considering how big the hype's gotten, she'll probably just think it's a prank, won't she?
I could always put it on Sai-san's desk. People know me there, so I could gain access easily.
That's not a good idea. If you're the only one who can get in there, it'll be easily traced back to you. I'll do it. I can just tell her it came for her in the mail. That would be the least risky method. No matter what she asks, I'll tell her I don't know anything.
But Makoto, that's...
You're our leader, so this will be up to you. Should we leave the calling card to Makoto?
I trust her with it. Right, Makoto?
Is that really the only way?
I'll be okay. I've already traversed far more dangerous ground than this.
We will leave it to you then. Thank you for agreeing to this. I will need to step up my game as well to make up for it.
Very well, then. We'll enter from in front of the courthouse. Does 6 o'clock in the evening work for everyone?
Yup, got it.
Same as always. Well then, let's get ready for tomorrow. Dismissed.
It's happening again.
Okay.
Okay, and previously, it was only Joker, Morgana, and then Futaba with this weird, like, view. All that's left is to carry out the operation that Makoto outlined earlier.
Anyway.
Now we just need to hand it over, as long as we can get it to Nijima. One? Oh.
Madame Sae Nijima, a great sinner of jealousy. You have lost yourself amidst your obsession with success. For its sake, you are even willing to promote injustice as justice. From the Phantom Thieves.
I found it in our mailbox.
To think they would send me one. They brand me a criminal and plan to change my heart? What nonsense! They only care about disposing of those who are an inconvenience for them. Fine. I'll just have to catch them first.
And when you do, you're going to interrogate them, right? In some kind of underground room, was it?
Why do you ask?
Oh, I just remembered you mentioning something like that before.
What's going on?
That's right. It will be in a special interrogation room underground. My time will be limited, but I will do whatever it takes to make them divulge their secrets.
Girl?
Let's do this fair and square.
Holy shit, her portrait right now? That's intense.
I should probably be getting back. It's late, but I should contact the director and let him know about this calling card. I expect things will calm down a little once this case is over.
Is she smiling? That feels weird.
Once that happens, why don't we go on a trip to some hot springs? Just the two of us.
Sis. I'm on your side. I won't let anyone do anything to you.
What an odd girl.
The head pat, I'm sorry. This is emotional, but the head pat was weird.
Do you need to make a call? I'll head up to my room then.
I'm sorry for calling so late. This is Nijima. There's something I need to inform you of. I received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves. It was addressed to me directly and... Stand by? And you've transferred command of the investigation to someone else? No, of course not. Yes, I understand.
So that's why she shows up to the investigation. And they're basically trying to kick her out.
I'll remain on standby until further instructions. Please excuse
Since she's like technically not in charge at this point.
Okay.
Forget about going out tonight. We need to prepare for tomorrow. Sorry for the wait. I believe it went well. Thanks, Mako-chan. It's all going to according to plan then. So, it has finally come to this. I actually feel somewhat nervous. Don't freak out that much you screw up, alright? You're one to talk. I asked that you go easy on me. Well then, see you tomorrow. Hold on a sec. Crow, go over the operation again before you leave. It is just as we discussed earlier, is it not? This battle will decide our future. We must ensure we're fully prepared beforehand. Very well. Our objective is to steal Sai-san's treasure. We will meet at the courthouse approximately 6 p.m. Good. Want to give us a one last word before we go, leader? Let's go all out. We'll be relying on you. What a wonderful, trusting relationship. I will do my best in this as well.
We can't afford any mistakes, especially not this time. Tomorrow's a big day for us, so let's give it our all.
I feel like I have a constant, like, tear rolling down my face right now because I am afraid.
Wow!
Oh no. I didn't mean to do whatever this is. Colombian.
Let me explain.
Oh, he's just teaching me. It was important talk, right? Hey, even I can be considerate too, you know. You know what I want to say, right? Make sure you don't do anything rash. You got it? Alright, let's see if we can make some of the special curry before we go. Just one. Oh, yes.
I see.
Making curry for tomorrow? That's not a bad idea. Let's make some.
Make sure you close up.
You're cooking dinner, huh? I'm about to head home, but be careful with the stove, alright? Seems to be going well so far. By the way, what was the white sauce you added?
Let me explain.
Yogurt. The cultured dairy product is used to add to add acidity, richness, and sweetness to the curry. It also balances out the spice level. Common in India, curry's home country, yogurt is known for its probiotics, which serve to strengthen the immune system. Yogurt, huh? I wonder if the curry changes color when you add that. You can throw it all together with such gusto. Could it be a secret ingredient is competence? The secret ingredient is human, apparently, if we're throwing adults in there. Nice! The curry's smelling good. This will definitely be a hit.
Yes! Alright.
Oh!
Did we do it? Is it the master curry? Hell yeah. 2 of them too.
Well then.
Alright, today. Okay, I know we've said this like 4 times today, but today is actually the day.
The day has come. Are you all prepared?
What of the calling card, Makoto?
I showed it to Sis. She took it from my very own hands. Makoto.
I understand how you feel, but you mustn't be so downtrodden.
Yeah, if we screw this up, we're done for. It's way more than losing the place we belong. We could even lose our lives here, you know.
It'll be all right. I want to save my sister, no matter what. Is everyone decided? All's well that ends well. So much has happened since we first started. You guys have become quite the reliable team. All right, Joker. This is the Phantom Thieves' final heist. Give us the signal.
Is everyone ready?
It's showtime.
Wait, this isn't like the actual final one as far as vanilla goes, right? Okay. Who's the team? We're bringing Akechi. We're bringing Makoto too. Actually, I guess this would be a pretty good team. Morgana might be able to switch out later. But let's go ahead and do a quick outfit change for everyone too. We gotta be dressed in our normal fits for this. Alright, and then we'll go ahead and save.
Let's go.
Only objective today is stealing the treasure. Let's go. Alright. I have no last words. I have no thoughts.
Whoa!
Huh? Where's the treasure? It seems you came, just as I had planned. As she planned? No. Was the treasure put on display to lure us here? So that's why we could faintly see its shape. First off, allow me to compliment you. I never expected you would be able to make it this far. We would much rather have the treasure than your words of praise. Where did you hide it? Come, we shall put an end to all this once and for all. It seems as though she wants us to pursue her. Damn it, she's mocking us. Let's go after her. I was wondering why this had a big set of stairs up here. Something feels wrong.
Do you have a moment?
Elevators most likely take us to Sai-san's location. Is everyone ready to go?
Yes!
Sis, I'll protect you, no matter what it takes.
What kind of game will it be this time? No matter what you bring out, we will emerge victorious.
You are making a grave mistake if you think you have me cornered. I only guided you here because this place allows me to fight to my heart's content.
Sis.
When my father died in the line of duty, I hated his killer from the bottom of my heart. Dying to uphold justice sounds virtuous, but the ones left behind have to clean up the mess. Can you imagine the hardships I had to endure?
Perhaps I had overestimated her. I thought her reasoning would have been more noble somehow.
She's lost control. This is wrong.
Justice cannot yield to evil. I must win, no matter what.
This is nothing more than self-righteousness.
All we need to do to determine who is right is battle. Now, why don't we begin?
What?
Oh my god.
Who's this?
A clash of brute strength is simply uncalled for on this stage.
What is she intending?
No more coins or playing games! We ain't following your damn rules!
Oh, you will. There is no room for negotiation. You will know soon enough.
What was that?
Now, come at me!
You'll save her, right?
All right, everyone. Be on alert.
May the best player win!
I have so many emotions. What was that?
All right, let's do it.
Oh, we're gonna punch her with those little bear claws right there. You see?
Persona!
Okay, let's start with Athena. Actually, let's start with just Principality. Where's she at? Hello?
Athena! Hold on.
If I knew their thing,
Persona!
just look for their weakness.
Where are my Where are my personas? There she is.
Principality! There!
527, and that looked like it did nothing. Let's go ahead and do defense, because we don't know what's coming.
Persona! No holds barred.
Persona! Ah!
May the best player win!
Bet HP?
What the?
Now let us play a game of roulette. The stakes will be our lives.
Are we always betting HP?
Of course, acts of violence are forbidden here. One must follow the rules.
We already told you. There's no way we're gonna follow your rules anymore.
That's fine by me. Such troublesome people will just face the penalty.
There's a penalty for not spinning the roulette. What should we do?
Be cautious of the penalty.
Let's go.
I am unsure what's happening. Let's just keep attacking her.
Ah, so you've broken the rules.
What am I supposed to do?
In that case, it's time you be penalized. This is your penalty.
Joker, are you alright? What? This is the penalty?
Those who cannot follow rules are not to be tolerated. That is simply how society operates.
If y'all could see my face right now, I am scowling so hard.
Joker, your health is low. Persona!
I think she has a better heal, right? Medium to all allies. Okay, so I guess arms would be better. Whoop! Don't do that.
Go! Persona! Let's go.
Do we just wait it out? Like, she's not gonna damage us either?
You will predict which pocket the ball will fall into. Now, the time has come for our first round. Choose where you will place your bet.
I'm almost positive she's going to try and cheat. But even if we bring that up, she'd just ignore us. We should go along with the game for now, and try to gain evidence on her methods of cheating.
I agree.
Predict which pocket the ball will fall into before your turn begins. Various bonuses will be applied to the enemies or your allies depending on the outcome. Greater bonuses will be given for more difficult predictions. Carefully considering the flow of battle when determining where you place your bet.
Well, how will you bet?
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because you're just going to... a safer low return bet. Because you're cheating!
Have you made your decision? Then let's see the results.
Oh my
Joker,
god.
are you all
I
right?
need to heal more.
Lost. Have you figured anything out, Joker?
I most certainly have.
Really? How is she doing it?
There's a glass lid. It like shone or something. The pockets are drawings?
See, you're right. It did seem like the ball floated for a split second there.
How humiliating.
For her, that's embarrassing.
Let's catch her in the act so she can't talk her way out of it. Have someone snipe the pocket when that glass lid appears.
Ooh.
You're in charge of choosing who's gonna be the sniper. We gotta stop this.
We need to expose her trickery. Who should I send? Or should I send someone to do this?
You want me to do it? Okay, I'll give it my all.
As long as I get close, even this gun should work.
Leave it to me. I won't miss the mark.
We're gonna send a
I'm on
catchy.
it.
He's got Robin
May the
Hood.
best
Sniping is his
player
thing.
win.
The stuff displayed on the monitor changed.
Ooh, bet money. Okay.
That must mean the betting changes every time.
I'm still gonna heal because I'm nervous.
It's time.
I think.
Athena!
Go.
There.
The sniper is in their designated spot. All that's left is to wait for the next roulette spin.
Very well, time to make your bet. Well, how will you bet?
So something risky with high return, and then this one.
Hopefully your prediction will be correct this time.
Yeehaw!
What? Joker! What was that about fair and square? You were totally cheating. You coward! What are you so quiet for? Say something! Shut up! Shut up!
She's all high mighty up in that UFO, y'all. Oh? Oh?
Sis?
Oh my god.
Cheating? Unfair? Silence! This is my world! I am the law! I am everything! No one in this world deserves to win except for me!
No way.
If you still dare to defy my justice, then prepare to be totally crushed!
This is my sister's true nature? No! We're finally back to a normal fight. Good luck, Joker.
Ooh, okay.
The roulette panel's changed?
Interesting.
Little punks!
She's way more powerful than before. Don't underestimate her.
Persona!
I don't know what we're waiting for when it comes to the board.
Persona! This one!
I will win!
Persona!
Okay, just trying to get us back into like an even level before we swing at her.
skills exceed yours.
I was kind of hoping she would show something though. Alright, let's try Bless on her.
My justice has revealed to me. I must judge evil with a burning rage!
So she's gonna use fire.
She's going to attack with fire. Watch out!
Persona!
Does that mean her weakness is gonna change? I honestly don't know.
Neko Shogun! You're mine.
Persona!
Oh my god.
For real?
Dumb.
I'll use my persona! How's this?
Behave yourself!
Persona!
She said defend yourself. We have our defenses up still.
Persona!
Okay, I don't know what's...
Athena!
Nope.
Principality! Go down!
Persona!
Let's see if maybe we can
How about this? It doesn't work?
do any sort of ailment on her.
Persona!
Probably not, though.
It's strong. Use anything but fire skills. Persona! Take that!
Wait, let's try curse first. Oops.
Take this!
Ow!
Now, why does that work?
Persona! Ravage them!
What is that?
Persona! Okay. Guess that's useless.
Manifest!
Take this!
Come on!
Go! Power up!
Okay, let's use on Toth. Thoth.
There.
Let's do this! What was that, Panther? Persona!
Well,
How's this? Come on, Queen!
what is going on, y'all?
Little punks.
Persona! Go down.
Persona!
Okay, let's go ahead and heal.
Thanks. Persona! Prepare yourself!
My skills exceed yours.
My justice has revealed to me. I must judge evil with an icy heart. Take this!
Oh my god! Immediately? Come on.
She's gearing up for an ice attack. Be careful.
It's time. There.
Panther got back up! Start the counterattack!
Alright, use your Vault Guardian again. I guess we'll send out Yusuke instead.
Persona! Feel my rage!
Oh, she should have healed instead.
Persona!
Is there anything else I could be doing right now?
On the
Jesus.
ground! Are you okay? Queen's in danger!
You're all in danger. Oh shit, she's downed.
Come!
Hmm.
Principality!
Thank you!
I'm grateful.
Panther got back up! Start the counterattack!
I just feel like if I send out Yusuke, then it has I have a better chance of knowing that they're probably not going to use ice again as her ability.
I'll use my
I would hope.
persona! How's this?
Taste my wrath!
Panther's on the ground! Are you okay?
God, what can I do to move her out before she gets downed?
Stick to the plan.
I honestly don't know.
Let's go. Ravage them!
Panther got back up! Start the counterattack! All right. Thanks. Persona! Let's go.
Oh, shit, I forgot she had those heals. What is going on right now?
Thank you.
Manifest! Ha!
No, again!
Are you okay?
How can she avoid this, though? Oh,
Go! Power up!
Persona!
Can you use this?
All right.
It's on Joker right now, so does that mean it removes me?
Panther got back up! Start the counterattack! Hey!
Because it does say one person at a time.
The opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless. Persona! Feel my rage!
Persona!
little punks!
Oh, come on. That's rude as hell.
Persona!
Oh, only for me. Okay.
All right.
Persona! Ha!
Oh, 489?
Persona! Take that!
What
Come
was
on,
that?
Queen!
Manifest!
Is it stronger in between the roulettes? 103. No.
Only victory matters. To guarantee it, you have to be willing to do anything. Doesn't might make right? No matter what happens here, I need to keep winning.
Why?
Almighty? Oh boy.
What in the world?
I'm right. I'm always right. That's why I have to be the victor. All who stand in my way will be crushed. Don't stand in the way of my victory! Hurry and die!
Persona!
Okay, who goes next? Onwill.
Come! No.
The opponent is strong. Don't do
Let's
anything
go.
reckless.
Wait, so is
The
it
opponent is strong.
anything?
Don't do anything reckless.
If I knew their affinity.
Just look for their
Come.
weakness.
Because it doesn't say she's strong against anything anymore. And this is going to be double
Go down!
the damage? Okay.
Persona!
Fuck, do we dodge? Do we defense or
Let's
attack?
do this, Joker.
I think we defend.
Go! Queen's in trouble. This is bad.
Very helpful.
Cowards!
Persona!
Die, die, die! Don't dodge, damn it!
Ooh, okay, Joker. It's like he knows that he needs to live. How did he know that? Okay, we should...
Something else. No.
Al's gonna go next. She can heal.
It's time.
I should... Is it worth it to do the same thing with Thoth?
All right.
Persona! Take this!
Ooh, I should have looked at if she was moving next.
Persona!
Ooh.
Okay.
My thanks.
Oh, that's a big help.
Persona! Ha!
I just need to win. As long as I can win. That's all that matters.
Sis.
Die, die, die! Sassy brat!
Support's on the way!
Come! Principality! There!
Ooh. Let's go. Is there another phase though? We didn't change out anyone. It was a mistake, time after time, but...
It's a step forward.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Good. You're evolving as a thief.
Medium ice damage.
Hell Hell yeah! A new move!
Severe physical damage to one foe.
I'd like to try this skill soon.
Ooh, is this heavy? Oh, this is the one with the tree. Actually, this attack I feel like is really pretty. I don't know if that's just me. This is heavy to one foe.
That's a new skill. Let's try it out.
And we finally got rid of the light nuke damage.
So I lost.
Sis!
That's only a shadow. Why are you so...
Quiet!
Literally!
Sorry.
Read the room.
We'll go grab the treasure.
Makoto?
I don't think it's wrong to bring light to evils which can't be judged by law. That's all the Phantom Thieves have been trying to do too. But these aggressive investigations, twisting the truth for your own personal gain? Please. You have to think back to the feelings you had when you first wanted to be a prosecutor. Think about your justice, sis.
My justice.
Try to remember how you used to be.
How I...
Nijima-san. She's just like my father. What caused them to change like this?
Even though their own desires were the cause, succumbing to such distorted thoughts is strange. Is there another reason they don't know of?
We found it.
The investigation will now be able to proceed. The suspicions against you will be lifted as well. This deal we made was a great experience for me. To think that I, a detective, would act alongside the Phantom Thieves.
Want to continue that?
By no
He's gonna
means.
say hell no.
This shall be the end of our working together. That was part of our promise. You haven't forgotten, have you?
All right, we don't need to stay here any longer. Are you all right? I am. Let's go. Huh? Enemy readings. When did they...
Oh no.
They're gathering outside.
For real? What the hell's going on?
Look at those numbers.
This doesn't look good.
We defeated the palace ruler and even stole the treasure, yet the shadows are still restless. It doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? There are more coming? This will be dangerous if we don't do something. Huh? We need to go now. Those guys in black suits are almost here. We'll be done for if we get surrounded. A team this large would be discovered immediately. We had best split up for our escape. Although, we'll need someone to act as a decoy. No, that's too dangerous.
I'll do it.
Joker? Are you planning on distracting them by yourself?
Girl, you didn't give me other option, did you? So, I guess so.
Let him do it, Queen. He's quiet, but once his mind's made up, he's not gonna take no for an answer.
I mean, you could try a little.
I'm sure you ain't gonna die. It's you we're talking about here.
Please don't do anything reckless, okay?
Okay.
I'll never forgive you if you don't make it back.
We still haven't fulfilled our deal, remember? Even more are coming!
This truly is a painfully reluctant parting.
It seems we had best hurry.
We'll see you later.
There's something here.
What a track. Okay. I'm also glad they're not making us do this jumping around again. Or That what happened in the beginning. Looking cool, Joker.
Hey, up there! He's here. Move it immediately.
I mean, SIU knows about...
Good. Now get running.
Okay, at least the leader does.
This is our only chance.
Stay calm. You can get away now.
My brain.
We'll retrieve the briefcase on our end. What was that? Don't worry about us. Just concentrate on getting away.
Alright.
But I have to say, showing yourself above that crowd earlier was an excellent move.
Okay.
Nice work as always,
They really are
Joker.
making us through the beginning. Okay, I get it.
That skull wouldn't pull it off.
There he is! I'm in pursuit. I won't let him escape.
Just run! Get out of there! Okay, the enemy's focus is on him. Looks. Everyone remember where we're meeting up? No worries. I can guide you all.
Oh, and they're showing the faces this time. I'm emotional.
Stop right there!
Okay. Same battle?
Take him down, Joker!
Hi?
I am Arsene, another you that exists within. Ah, we meet once again.
Oh my god, he came back!
You have progressed well through your recollections. Last spring, you awakened to this furious power.
Is this my second awakening?
Now, use that power and defeat the enemies before you.
Comparing
Oh.
power levels.
No.
No threat. Get him, Joker!
Persona!
The opponent is strong.
Wait, can I pull him out?
Persona!
It's trial and error time.
Okay, I thought they were gonna give me our send bag.
Not this. Go down!
Everyone else, head to position. Use rope B.
Your fate will soon be determined. Recall everything. Remember the bonds you have forged with your friends. If you are fated to continue past this point, then we shall surely meet again.
Okay, pull out before their backup gets here. Good. You defeated them with ease. More of them? Be careful!
What is going on?
Joker, behind you! Go through that door!
Please, you won't get away!
You should be able to get out that way. Hurry!
Dude, can he even hear us?
Don't worry. I'm picking up everyone's voices. Just go, Joker! Wait a sec. What the? I'm getting a weird reading heading your way. Come on, run!
Got away from a bunch of those guys in black. Oh no.
Where'd they go, damn it? I can't confirm the intruder's location.
Huh? What?
Up ahead, stop. This is bad. Hi, Joker. You'll never get away if you just keep fighting. Hide in the shadows and sneak past when you see an opening. Hey, are you sure they came this way? Understood. I'll continue the search.
All right.
Now's your chance. Make a run for it. We know how to use B this time. How many of them are there? Everything okay? The security level might rise if you take too much time. I know. I'm looking for another route. Just hang on. Oh, perfect timing. Joker, look up. Can you use that thing and just fly over there?
All right.
Alright, go straight from there.
Joker, stop! It's an enemy right near you! Even you can't take on this many. Huh? Joker, that weird reading from earlier is closing in on you too!
I am so ready to see this again. I'm so excited. Oh, it's our girl.
I'll end this right now.
Joker, it's her! She's the weird reading I've been getting!
Again, we are mesmerized.
My weak self relied on you so much. That ends today.
The way she kicks that sword, I'm sorry.
Let's do this, senpai!
Alright. This is wild.
Enemy readings have decreased? That's...
It's been a while since we last fought side by side.
Now everyone's gonna know that
But
Kasumi's
this time, it's my turn to come to your aid, senpai.
can go into the metaverse.
Now let's win this!
Let's go. Some other way. Maybe not.
Can I
Ravage
drop this?
Sona, go down. Yours.
Leave it to me! Show them, Sonia! Payback time! Too late to be sorry.
Beautiful!
I think that's the last of them.
I genuinely have no clue what just happened, but I take it you're okay?
Okay, but how did she know that we were in Nijima's palace?
Wait, bad news. Enemy backup's headed your way. You need to book it right...
Please go. I'm going to make it harder for them to track you down. You still have something you need to do as a Phantom Thief, right? Then I won't stop you. Since I'm not a member of the Phantom Thieves, I'm in no position to interfere.
Then what are you doing here?
However, please don't forget the promise we made, okay?
Joker, you need to get out of there! Go, go, go!
Like,
All right,
I am
let's
still
do
happy
it.
to see her, but literally what is she doing here? Go up the stairs at the end of the path, just a little more, so hang in there. No, I'm scared. Where are my friends?
He's not alone. Find them and kill them all.
Something wrong? The exit should be up ahead.
You're there.
That's just how it is. After that commotion, the bottom floor is completely closed off. Hey, can you make it?
Over there. There's nowhere to run.
Oh my god. Oh.
See ya.
He'd probably also be super sentimental thinking this is like his last hurrah
What a show off.
in a palace. So he's like,
So reckless.
I gotta show off.
Enemies here?
What's wrong?
These readings. It can't be.
What happened?
An ambush? Joker, can you handle this?
Joker,
Oh no!
Capture him! Let's go! Go, go, go!
Stop struggling. Suspect secure.
Didn't expect to find some kid. You have your teammate to thank for this. You were sold out.
Suspect confirmed. Cuff it.
Saving is highly suggested as the story will progress greatly soon. I mean, we're gonna open up number 6 over here. Lucky number 6. Y'all are freaking me out.
Guess the drug was too strong. Wake him up. No dozing off. You still don't get it, do you? Give it up! Come on, cooperate. What? You want another shot?
I'm just a baby. I'm just a kid.
Huh? What about the camera? Are you thinking it can be used as video evidence?
We ain't saying shit.
Didn't you hear my question? Answer! Obstruction of justice, blackmail, defamation, possession of weapons. Manslaughter too, yeah? Talk about the works. To think that all those crimes were led by a punk like this. And you seem to be enjoying every second of it. Huh? You should know your place.
Is he the new leader of the investigation? I mean, I remember his fishbowl head. Don't get me wrong.
Sign here. It's a confession under your name. I see. I need your hand to sign this, but... I don't care if you end up losing a leg. Don't expect to walk out of here in one piece. We are going to make you understand. One must take full responsibility for their actions.
I mean, if I'm going out in more than one piece anyways... Guys, it's like more anxiety because we've seen all this already.
Excuse me, but this area is off.
I'm Nijima from the public prosecutor's office.
The prosecutor's office? What business do you have here?
Just let me through. It's urgent. There's something I need to confirm with the suspect.
Nijima-san, I believe this case is no longer in your jurisdiction. Besides...
You prosecutor sign Nijima? There's a call from your director. Hurry and get it over with. To be frank, you're being an inconvenience.
I thought I ordered you to stand by.
I'm responsible for this case, yet I'm not even being allowed an interrogation?
I'm calling because I knew you'd bring it up.
I will not be convinced unless I confirm it for myself. This is my case.
Good luck to you then. I won't be expecting much, though.
Prosecutor, I forgot to mention something important. Your time will be cut short. We can't permit you to talk with him for long.
So someone dropped the ball on that one, because we've been talking for literally 6 months.
It's for your own sake. His methods are unknown. After all, we don't even know if it's safe to simply meet and speak with him.
I understand.
So what one piece of information is she looking for then? Hello?
Well done on making it this far, inmate. Now that you have traversed your long, perilous recollection, you truly have entered the present. The effects of that drug are gonna wear off soon.
Is that what that was?
This is your golden opportunity. You must grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin. The evil influence who wishes you dead is fast approaching. If you want to win this unreasonable game, if you wish to take back your stolen future, recall the bonds you formed with your allies, and grasp the truth that will save you from the brink of ruin.
Ha 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 ha.
I see. So that's what led to your ending up here. What a disappointing end to the hero of justice. I still can't believe it. But I now have a general idea of the methods you used for your crimes. There's much more I'd like to ask, but my allotted time is nearly up. I do have a suggestion, though. Care to strike a deal? If you cooperate with me, I'll consider lightening your sentence.
Girl, I know you have no power here. A deal?
I have a responsibility to solve this case. I will win, even if it means brokering a deal with you. Your operation was leaked and you failed to change my heart. There's no point in being obstinate now. You've corrupted the order of this country and caused an uprising against its very existence. You'll most likely be given life imprisonment or the death penalty, unless you accept my proposal. Going forward, I will read a list of people who are closest to you and this case. Tell me honestly whether or not the following are involved with the Phantom Thieves.
Huh?
First, the friend who you've been with since the day you transferred to Shujin, Ryuji Sakamoto. One of the victims of the Kamoshida case, An Takamaki. Ichiryusai Madarame's pupil, Yusuke Kitagawa. The daughter of Wakaba Ishiki, Futaba Sakura. The heiress to the Okumura Foods legacy and daughter of its CEO, Haru Okumura.
So she really had no idea that Makoto?
And the frequently probing student council president of Shujin Academy, Makoto Nijima. Those are your accomplices in the Phantom Thieves case, are they not?
Never heard of them.
So you won't sell out your friends. Then let me change the question. I find it hard to believe that high schoolers could have pulled off these crimes by themselves. Were there not others outside of your direct group who encouraged your crimes or lent their aid? Not to repeat myself, but remember that your life will be forfeit if your sentence is not lightened. You had the cooperation of people outside your group, did you not? Can you tell me about them?
There were no such people.
I see.
All I have is a cat.
So you won't speak a word about either your teammates or your collaborators. Do you even understand the position that you're in?
I do feel very stressed out, I will say.
Let's discuss one other person. Goro Akechi.
Oh, he did everything, actually. I'm pretty sure he is every Phantom Thief.
There are reports that he was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves as well. Might he be a part of your team too?
Oh, y'all are testing me? Oh. I can't say I can't even rat him out if I wanted to. I find that pretty biased. That's impossible.
So Goro Akechi wasn't one of you. Very well. So be it. You clearly have no intention of bargaining with me.
Not if I know your heart hasn't changed, girl.
Even now, you're still acting as though you're a hero of justice. Your teammates have sacrificed you in order to escape, yet you wish to defend their honor? Why won't you talk about them?
It goes against justice.
Don't be ridiculous. You're not the one to decide such things.
You call this justice?
Justice? Then tell me, what is this justice you speak of?
Sticking to the right path.
Sticking to the right path? That's no different from us. You continue to stand firm. Are you implying that we have no evidence on you? You're right. We have nothing. And it doesn't help that your story sounds like a fairy tale. But many people have fallen victim to this. We need to learn the truth.
Go find it then, girl.
The truth, huh? I don't even know what's right anymore. And it's all due to your strange story.
You still doubt me?
After all this, you're still...
The drug is starting to wear off.
Are you listening? The side effects of the truth serum should be wearing off. I won't be deceived by such a poor act.
Side effects of the truth serum? I won't be deceived. I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
You realized it too then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
Oh.
Hey. Can you hear me? It seems your mind is clearing up. But unfortunately, my time has run out.
Fucking pancakes.
Although I find your story to be quite interesting, I won't be able to speak with you any longer.
Don't you want to win?
Huh? What are you getting at? That's right. No matter the results of this case, I won't be receiving credit. I even had to call in a large favor just to conduct this interrogation.
Interrogation room. That's right. If I remember...
So, how did that thing we asked you to look into go? Nijima mentioned a special interrogation room, didn't she? Good. It looks like we can make this work if we lure them there.
Hey.
Let's go. Spicy.
Hey, are you listening? Our time's up. We're done talking here. Goodbye.
Is this what you planned?
Planned? Why are you saying such odd things? Anyhow, there's one last thing I want to ask you. There's something that's been bothering me for some time now. Recently, I was removed from my post as head of this investigation and was told to remain on standby. A short while later, I received word you were caught in the act, within some bizarre phenomenon. But that was all I was told. You were told someone sold you out, correct? If that's true, who could it have been? Don't you have any idea?
Sold out. That's right. There's something I need to do.
My suspicions were true in the end. Still, to think his true intention was to sell us out. All that's left is to figure out a way to hand it over. It's all up to you, leader.
You do it, Morgana.
That'd be impossible. A cat giving someone a smartphone is completely unnatural. Giving him the phone without arousing suspicion will be easier said than done. We'll be counting on you to pull this one off.
What's wrong? Might you have an idea as to who sold you out?
I want to make a deal with you.
Yes, very well. Go on. If you know something, you must tell me. I won't allow things to end like this.
The phone.
You mean this? I've been told the lock on it is quite complicated, but it's only a matter of time until it's cracked. What's so important about this smartphone? Are you going to unlock it and show me the data?
Let's let her sleep. She hasn't slept for days while she's been getting that app ready. Now we gotta figure out a way to show him the phone.
What are you talking about?
Huh? Didn't Makoto and the others tell you? You need to show your phone to the true culprit. You know, the traitor.
Hey! What are you trying to get at here? And what about this smartphone?
Show it to the true culprit.
The true culprit?
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life.
Please. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to?
I already told you.
What do you... My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
You need to trust me.
What are you plotting? I can't even begin to fathom it.
Or could you phantom it?
But it appears my time is up. This is as far as our conversation can go. This will be my last involvement with this case. Very well. I've listened to your whole story, so I may as well play along to the end. And that honest look in your eyes. I used to view the world the same way too once. I'll place my bet on you. I just need to show him the phone, right?
I feel as if she finally understands me.
I am thou. Thou art I.
Did we just go from 7 to 10 with Sai?
Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart.
Very interesting.
Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of judgment, granting thee infinite power.
Okay, so we didn't remember those parts, or we couldn't hear anything because those were the drugs wearing off. True justice. Cooperate as comrades who fight for justice and seek the truth.
All right. All right.
And Satan. Satan. Whoa. All right.
I'll be going now. What good will this do, though?
I would like to know the same. God, I said that with my whole chest, though.
Akechi-kun? Why are you here?
He has to visit his boyfriend in prison.
Why do you seem so surprised?
Conjugal visit.
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all. It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you command?
That was a joke, of course. I'm merely here to assist with the public security interrogation. I am surprised it's this far underground, though. There aren't any others incarcerated here, yes? Nobody would ever know if things got a little violent.
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another culprit besides the Phantom Thieves?
That was but a lie I spread to set them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you too, Sai-san. After all, if you wish to trick your enemies, you must first trick your allies.
So it was you.
What the hell?
You're the one who sold out the Phantom Thieves.
You have to trick your allies? What a weird ass.
I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to? My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
Is there a problem?
Akechi-kun, does this phone look familiar to you?
Excuse me? What is this phone?
It belonged to the leader of the Phantom Thieves. I believe you'll need it for your investigation.
Not personally. I was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves myself, remember?
True. This is undoubtedly a great accomplishment. Good luck in there.
Ooh.
Foolish woman.
Oh. Disgusting. So what did the phone do to him?
May I ask that you accompany me? Going in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you?
Oh my god.
I owe you for all of this. Thanks.
You were just a boy. You were a child.
That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan, and now it will be completed. Your popularity truly was quite stunning.
I'm just thinking about how I said, I hope this isn't a waste, going to the jazz club with him the day before this happened.
That just made using you all the more worthwhile.
Y'all think it was a waste or no?
Have you finally pieced it all together? Case closed. This is how your justice ends.
Oh, wait. What? No, Spock, stop. That's very morbid.
Hmm?
Stop. I don't want to look at that.
Shido-san, my job is complete.
I've told you not to call me by name. Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though.
I'll be counting on you.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood. Though I doubt there's anything to worry about. It's merely a cat, after all.
More importantly, they should be dealing with the suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out. I'll need to prepare my comments on the matter.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as well. Beyond that, what of the director of the Special Investigations Unit?
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
Whoa, 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 what?
No, it can't be.
Why be?
Even me.
Oh my god.
God damn it. Shit.
What was all that about, showing him this phone? The Phantom Thief Alibaba? Who is this?
So was that sound in the cafe Futaba Watching him get shot?
I am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice, Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
Goro Akechi is evil. He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
Don't trust the guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps to take. You must save him.
You want me to save him? What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
I thought you were dead.
Did anyone else stop by? Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
Huh?
I've been asked to handle things instead.
You? But...
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here. Trust nobody. Forget this ever happened.
That is not the guy you want guarding a dangerous criminal.
This morning, the police have announced that they've detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a
Anshot, can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idle thing, you know? That cool?
What a surprise to think that the one behind all this is just a minor. And considering how quickly they announced his arrest, the police must surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Huh?
You stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also,
Ryuji's gonna make me cry.
silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However, considering the number of charges brought against him,
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seemed stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not chiding you. Just do as normal at your own pace. With your skills, there's no need to worry about your future.
Normal, right?
he's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Still, it seems the Phantom Thieves' most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent. And you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high schooler. I wonder why you turned to a life of crime.
We also received information that the young man was placed on probation for assault.
I can't believe none of them knows what happened.
He had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace.
Get out of here!
That phantom thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world. So you've been coming home late.
Heart, what are you doing?
That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man being held in custody has committed
Oh,
suicide.
fuck.
The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, the suspect has committed suicide while in
Custody. This station will continue to report any further updates as they arrive.
It would be difficult to uncover his methods now. Perhaps that's why he decided to take this course of action.
It can't be.
You're shitting me. We got him.
Oh. Get the fuck out of here. I hate it. I hate it here. How dare you?
It would seem as though you have been killed.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan.
Yeah. So tremendous, I have no idea what happened.
How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
Please, enlighten me. I would love this. I was not expecting the story to be told, like, in this way. The first time I sensed something was off. That's right. It was during the school festival. Oh my god, the Velvet Room playing during all these scenes?
Hey, they're going. You realized it too then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me.
We can't trust him.
My thoughts exactly. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station. There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice.
That's what I was saying!
This whole deal feels sketchy.
We should be careful.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get everyone on the same page right away. There's something else we want you to look into. One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough.
You can do it, Futaba.
I agree. I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone. So it's impossible even for you. I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan. That's perfect.
Keeping it a secret?
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
Futaba's going to do something. I wonder if he'll be okay.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait!
I see. So we're going to use this place.
It'll be a gamble. I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
Who's...
It seems you finally remember. This game is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
My memories are starting to become clearer. That's right. This is what really happened to me in that moment. That look in his eye. Would you like to save your current progress? Was that progress? Did we do anything? I honestly don't even know. Akechi got the last laugh, did he though? I heard they arrested one of the Phantom Thieves. No way! I didn't expect him to commit suicide. He's a murderer. He deserved to die. But we can finally breathe easy now. He killed himself, huh? I guess we'll never know his motivation. I'm exhausted. It feels like my consciousness is about to fade away.
Hey, are you alright? Don't fall asleep until we reach our destination. Are you listening?
Could this be the effect of the drug wearing off? The memories I thought were gone are starting to come back.
Are you listening?
What are we talking about?
You weren't paying attention? Well, I guess I can see how you'd be lost in thought right now. Anyway, we need to talk about how to get out of this situation.
Futaba's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine. Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace.
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him. And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time!
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac.
I wonder if his backstory is true.
Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got enough proof to do it?
What if his backstory is true and Shido is his shitty dad? Shido, more like Shido dad.
No, Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from elsewhere. The grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect inside of a police station.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity. The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan,
He may opt to kill us immediately.
Damn it. So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested and then Akechi will kill him.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding... Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
What's this all of a sudden?
There's a way.
Futaba, you
get
little
past Akechi
genius.
and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity. Really?
You gotta be kidding me.
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him? That is, inside of a palace. Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one. Yeah, that's it! It seems that's our only option. Listen close, everyone. I have a plan for how we can carry this operation out.
Whose palace is it, though?
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom Thieves have fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
Him, them, oh.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything.
Oh, we're still... Okay.
Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
Hey, you big bastard.
That's me. I'm the big bastard. The big breathing bastard.
How have you been?
To be specific. I mean, I died.
You must be fine if you're joking around like that.
It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're getting way too hasty here with a
The true
newbie.
culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit?
Is he gonna expose Shido?
I see. So you guys were going up against someone
Because
else.
Sojiro knows something about him.
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
He messed up. And he's
Akechi
messed up.
himself gave us the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff.
You and me both, brother.
So what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sorry, was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
but you don't understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality.
So he really is just a cat.
It's a change in cognition, most likely.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment was an honest one, after all.
His story was too good.
He did approach us when we found ourselves in the worst trouble yet. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone. I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was actually planting my app. My heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined a program being installed so quickly. Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
Is this for real?
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they planned to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes. On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station. That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
We're sorry for using you without your permission. Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
So is that why in the palace, all of that furniture was in the way that I was complaining about?
What conditions?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
That brings back memories.
You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any distortions around.
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it.
It was reckless. I'm gonna say it because this is how she is, and she needs to know how I really feel about her.
We still managed to pull it off, though.
Makoto is normally
I
so
said my
calm as
piece,
well.
okay?
But once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
Yes, Yusuke's always speaking the truth.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi.
I mean, we all did. That's kind of the point here. He shot me in the head.
But I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all. I'm sorry I couldn't see that.
That goes for the both of us. We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse. First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Scenery and details outside of the palace were the same in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush. As a result, even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse. Except that was all an act.
Come on!
We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand, and merely acted like we were taking the treasure. This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Haha, nerd.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this. But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
Come on. It seems like she used this laptop remotely to access the metaverse. Asking her about it now would drag the conversation too long. I should talk to her later.
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious.
God.
It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real world's interrogation room. Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
Yusuke's my boyfriend now. Akechi who? I couldn't see it either.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. Huh. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse, albeit for a brief moment.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Fair enough.
Huh. Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
True.
Why is that?
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible. That persuasion was easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break moment of the entire plan.
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a short time. Were you confident you could do it?
Don't remember. Drugs.
Understandable. Either way, I can't believe you went for such a risky idea.
If we could just tell you the true culprit's plan, I knew you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
I've kind of figured out that you guys made Akechi kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
Boo.
The bad guys have that much influence?
Murder in a police station would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a possible conspirator.
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually came to understand. And since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his suicide during imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi planned.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence, and even drugs, is utterly abnormal. If he had lost consciousness and hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died. I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
It was a breeze.
How tough are you?
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
True, that could have still gone either way.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion. Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
Listen, she was worried about me, but I'm more worried about Haru. Like, that man is still creepy.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash. Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you. You saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know. Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is poop.
Aww.
Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together and talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Aww.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town. It won't be a huge loss for me.
Dad.
Let us accept his offer. What a great man.
A great man, Yusuke. So true. Futaba's like, that's your that's your dad-in-law.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
Oh geez, I already forgot he died.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
Oh no, he's dead.
The
well.
SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives.
Please look how Morgana is looking at Futaba right now, because they have secrets and they're just so cute.
Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Man, politics does not have to be that serious.
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Shido, huh?
Oh, excuse me. Well, buckle in real quick.
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this, just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved.
I feel like Sojiro is like, I can be involved now. He's excited for his moment to be in the conversation.
But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. It ain't a surprise he has one.
Are they about to send me in there?
Where would the location be?
I'm afraid.
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
The diet building. Y'all hate what I say every time. Oh!
We got a hit!
We did it! We did it!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the diet building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
We gotta ask about the boyfriend.
No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together. Time for revenge. Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that diet building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
Oh, I have less than a month? What do you mean?
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the diet building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal. We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal. Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
They just love the dramatics. Like, that is the most embellished way they could do this.
We're intellectuals, you know.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed.
It's literally the dramatics.
What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy.
And Akechi was?
Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power.
What, is he saying he's just another result? Another product of shitty adults?
I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology.
Trick your allies?
I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
God, it's kind of weird because he talks like someone that would have a persona.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you.
Oh.
And thus, the charismatic
That's
ace
so
detective was born.
interesting.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister.
Like, he knows other people have gotten Prime Minister without taking these measures, right? Like, he didn't have to go this far.
However,
He's such a
inauguration
weirdo.
isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins.
Inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly
I'll
begins.
make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one.
Ugh.
Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well, how do I put this?
Looks like things have finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
The chief's right. Let's take it easy for today. Let's all just like take a deep breath. So there's a lot that was going to be coming up, and like I cannot believe that it's already less than a month until we have to complete the next palace, and so we don't have that much time to do anything. But I mean, the whole idea of him tricking Akechi with going into a palace, it just makes sense, and it's so satisfying too for that all to come together. And like all these little bits and pieces, I can't, like the pancake thing that has been leading up from that long ago is just also so like something so good about this game is that like all these little details, they are always giving you these hints about what's going to happen next, and you just need to pick up on them. But anyways, we're gonna pick up in the next one. It might be a while because I need to simply recover from what has just happened, what has transpired here today. But you know, things are truly winding down, and this is going to be finally the last, like, at least of the vanilla portion of Persona, and I am really sad about it.